Thousands of people called for an Israel-Hamas ceasefire at the Gaza March in Washington, D.C. on Saturday's show title Hide title Protesters rally for Palestine and Yemen near UN headquarters. Protesters rallying for Palestine and Yemen gathered near the United Nations building in New York City on Friday night, January 12. Washington, D.C. Thousands of people gathered in country's capital Saturday afternoon to call for a ceasefire in Gaza. The 100th day since Israel launched its military operation following Hamas' attack on Israel October 7. Marchers marched into Washington, D.C. to protest Israel's ongoing military operation, which has left more than 23,000 people dead and many more at risk of starvation and disease. As they gathered downtown, red and green Palestinian flags covered Freedom Plaza, just east of the White House. Demonstrators unfurled a giant Palestinian flag in the middle of the square. Many in the crowd wore keffiyehs, traditional black and white Palestinian scarves. Some demonstrators carried banners saying "End the war in Gaza" and "Long live Gaza." Other signs criticized U.S. support for Israel and President Joe Biden, with messages such as "End all U.S. aid to Israel." Several Palestinian Americans told the crowd about the devastating toll Israel's siege on Gaza has inflicted on their families. "President Biden has my family's blood on his hands," said Alaa Hussein Ali, a Michigan man whose brother was killed while trying to evacuate with his pregnant wife and children to southern Gaza. Ali also said he lost 100 family members, including more than 60 children, and half of them were buried under rubble due to Israeli airstrikes. A group of marchers moving towards middle of the crowd chanted slogan "From river to sea, Palestine will be free," accompanied by drums, while others joined in. On Thursday, U.S. and UK-backed strikes against Houthi rebels' Yemen response to attacks on ships the Red Sea threatened to escalate tensions the region. The Council on American-Islamic Relations issued an urgent call for action following the attack on sites in Yemen. The Council, one of March's organizers, said the Biden administration's decision to open fire on rebel group without congressional approval risks a regional war. This president is needlessly, illegally and dangerously risking loss more innocent lives, including American lives, for genocidal government Israel. All without approval. Congress, CAIR National Executive Director Nihad Awad said in a press release. CAIR is one of more than 200 organizations supporting March across the country. According to American Muslim Task Force in Palestine, a coalition of Muslim advocacy organizations. Our demand is simple. Ahmed Mitchell, Deputy National Director of the Council on American-Islamic Relations, told USA Today. Stop violence. Establish a ceasefire. Secure the release of all hostages, political prisoners. Then continue efforts to end occupation, establish a just lasting peace.